Fellow executives, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to the future of law enforcement. Ed 209.
Ed 209 was supposed to look like these kind of weird Japanese toys that like were these big robots that had like gun arms, and I just said it looks something like that. And then I said I always had this idea that it was kind of like it had a shark mouth and it had these double machine guns, and it looked like you know, the kind of what do you call the gun pods and the rocket pods you saw on the side of Huey attack copters.
There's like a certain dumbness to it as well, something like a utilitarian stupidity to the thing.
I felt that basically having this kind of feeling that there might be sensors here, but what does he see exactly? He's partially blind for what's happening in the world, you know. Law enforcement has a side that's blind, and that basically will just do like the Germans did in the Second World War. When the commanding officer say shoot these people, they would just do it.
You know, you've got something that looks really swell, and in an Ed 209's case, it does look ferocious and it does look intimidating, which was intentionally built into it, but it doesn't operate. It doesn't work very well.
It was supposed to be a big American product, you know? Again, it's a big thing, it's heavy.
Who cares if it worked or not?
Up until very recently, now that's exactly what you could say about American cars.
Because bigger is better. 6000 SUX, an American tradition.
Automobiles get styled, you know, to be emotionally, you know, appealing, and it's kind of strange that, you know, military equipment gets a little bit of that same treatment.
The front grille in Ed's face for the longest time was the opposite way it is now. It looked like he had a smile. We knew something was wrong with it. I wondered, oh yeah, if we turn the grille upside down, he has a menacing presence.
What is that grill? You wouldn't put a big radiator on the face of a tank. You know, you might as well put, you know, paint a bullseye around it and say, like, hit me here.
What we were shooting was just a prop, but it couldn't really act.
People had to go up to it or stand next to it or touch it. That was the prop.
209 is currently programmed for urban pacification.
Paul Verhoeven, he was screaming. He was like, every time the robot was supposed to be moving, you know, he would act it out. He would run through the movements and stuff. And if people weren't afraid of a giant prop, they were certainly afraid of him.
At that time, there were no computer-generated images possible. This was just stop motion.
I didn't know anything about stop motion. I had no idea. I forgot for a long time that I had to solve that too.
There really wasn't a lot of money to work with, so we couldn't get into really any fancy blue screen photography, and the only way at that time of creating these artificial characters was either putting a guy in a suit or building a big prop or doing a stop motion animation puppet. The process of rear screen photography, which is what we used on RoboCop, you shoot a photographic background plate, project it onto a translucent screen, build a stage, put your puppet in front of that, stop motion puppet in front of that, light that puppet so that it matches the background, and have any foreground objects that you need to, and shoot that.
Phil he's like another actor, and he delivers another performance. And Ed 209 was always, to me, the kind of the clown. That whole gag of falling down the stairs, people find that so amusing that he can't go down the stairs. And I think it wouldn't have been as funny if Phil hadn't been there to do, I mean, there's a shot where the thing is reaching, it's going, and that's Phil.
We actually built a scale version of the stairs. So got all the dimensions and you know, whatnot from the staircase that they were using, and matched the paint and stuff, and built a miniature set, probably about 4 feet square. And we basically set the puppet up at the top of the stairs and flipped him down the stairs.
There is, I believe, 1, possibly 2 stop-motion shots of RoboCop.
When you have RoboCop right in front, he used a little miniature guy. He had to help push up the gun and blow his arm off.
The final scene where Ed walks in from off camera, and I got a call in the morning from Davison, and John said, you know, can you do something funny? So, you know, I kind of backed some stuff off and found like this little fan and glued that onto Ed 209 and just kept the stupid little whirly gig, you know, spinning the whole time. And pretty much pantomime a drunk gag, you know, where he hiccups and then he falls over and does this little